All right, let's jump right into a really provocative idea today, the wellness cigarette. I know, it sounds like a total oxymoron, right? But hang in there with me, because this explainer digs into a really fascinating question about why we do the things we do.
And this right here, this is the question at the heart of it all. Think about it. We, as a species, literally engineered one of the deadliest, most addictive habits in history. So the question is, why can't we flip that script? Why can't we use that same genius to create something that's actually good for us?
But, before we can even think about where we might go, we've got to look back. We need to understand how this whole thing, the modern cigarette, became such a monster in the first place. So, tobacco has been around forever. I mean, we're talking thousands of years, starting out as this ceremonial thing. And for centuries, it kind of just puttered along. But then the 1880s hit, and boom, everything changed. One piece of tech completely rewrote the rules and turned a small ritual into a global titan. And this was the game changer, the Bonsack machine. You have to understand, before this, making cigarettes was slow. It was done by hand. This machine was like the printing press for bad habits. All of a sudden, cigarettes were cheap, they were everywhere, and anyone could get them. It didn't just build a product, it built an entire industry from the ground up. And of course, where there's that kind of technology, you're going to get a new breed of entrepreneur. We're talking about the tobacco moguls. Guys like James B. Duke. They were brilliant. They took this mass production machine and paired it with something just as revolutionary, mass marketing. They weren't just selling tobacco in a paper tube, oh no. They were selling an idea, a lifestyle, a whole ritual, and yeah, a powerful addiction. And wow, did it work. That 1-2 punch of technology and marketing was unbelievably successful. But that success, it came with a price tag that is just staggering. And that's what we need to look at next, the real, devastating cost of this habit. Let's start with this number, 8 million. That's how many lives are lost every single year because of tobacco. Just try to wrap your head around that for a second. 8 million people. And if that number is too big, let's break it down. That's 22,000 deaths every single day. Imagine a small city just wiped off the map every 24 hours. And it's not just the human cost. The economic hit is astronomical. We're talking about over $1 trillion in losses for the global economy each year. And yet, to keep this whole thing going, the industry is spending a mind-blowing amount of money. In the US alone, it's $23.5 million per day just on marketing. So where's all that cash going? Well, it's not the slick magazine ads or TV commercials you might remember from the old days. Nope, the vast majority of it, a whopping 85%, is spent right where you buy stuff. We're talking discounts at the counter, coupons, special offers. It's all designed to hit you right at the point of sale, making it almost impossible to ignore. And guess what? It works. It works terrifyingly well, especially on younger people. Studies show that teens who see this kind of marketing are way, way more likely to pick up the habit. And that's the whole point, isn't it? This isn't about keeping current customers. It's about finding new ones. It's a recruitment strategy. Okay, so we've seen the history. We've seen the horrifying numbers. It's pretty grim. But now we're going to take a hard turn. This is where the whole explainer pivots. And we start asking a really wild, really provocative question. What if cigarettes were healthy? I know, just let that sit there for a second. Imagine the entire ritual, the social aspect, the habit itself. But instead of leading to sickness, it led to, well, wellness. It sounds crazy, but this is the idea we're exploring. This really gets to the heart of it. We poured so much brilliance, so much money, so much human ingenuity into creating this perfectly deadly product. The question is, why can't we take all that same brainpower and channel it into making something that's actually life-giving? So let's just put it side by side. On one hand, you have the toxic habit we all know: nicotine, poison, disease, a shorter life. On the other hand, you have this idea of a wellness habit: vitamins, botanicals to help you chill out, vitality, a longer, better life. I mean, the contrast couldn't be more clear. One habit takes away, the other could theoretically give back. Okay, so right about now, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, we kind of have this stuff already, right? Like those herbal inhalers or vitamin mists. And yeah, you're not wrong. But let's be honest, none of them have taken off, not even close. So what's missing? Why hasn't wellness won this fight? Well, it seems to boil down to a few key things. For one, they just don't have that addictive kick. There's no compelling story, no cool factor. They feel kind of niche. Or even worse, they feel like homework, you know? Something healthy you're supposed to do, not a pleasure you crave. They miss the whole point of what made smoking so powerful in the first place. And that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? This isn't just a science problem. It's a marketing and a storytelling problem. Is it possible to reframe the whole narrative, to make being healthy feel as cool, as edgy, as desirable as smoking used to be? Could you actually make wellness addictive? So where does that leave us? Well, this final part isn't really a neat and tidy conclusion. It's more of a challenge. It's a call out to all the innovators, the entrepreneurs, the creators out there. The source lays out a kind of blueprint. Step 1, you've got to nail the ritual, that hand-to-mouth motion, the inhale. That's key. Step 2, pack it with good stuff. Vitamins, adaptogens that help you deal with stress, you name it. But step 3 is the most important. You can't sell it like medicine. You have to sell it with a story about living a better life, about connecting with people, not about avoiding death. And really, that's the question to leave you with. We have already proven we can build a global trillion-dollar empire on a habit that kills millions. So just imagine, what if we took all that power, all that creativity, and finally built an empire around a habit that's actually worth having? It's a wild idea, but definitely something to think about.